And still staying with that now, King Charles III has now ascended to the British throne following the demise of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen, who was the longest-serving British monarch, passed on at the Balmoral Castle in Scotland after aged 96 years old. The former Prince of Wales, aged 74, will follow a number of practical and traditional steps before he is crowned king. He will address the nation any time from now.
With Catherine beside him, our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations, helping to bring the marginal to the centre ground, where vital help can be given.
Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, her first child and heir, Charles Philip Arthur George, now known as King Charles III, automatically becomes the new monarch, and his wife Camilla becomes the Queen Consort. King Charles III is expected to go through a number of traditional steps before he is finally crowned king. A formal ceremony where he will be officially proclaimed king will happen at St. James' Palace in London on Saturday, led by a ceremonial body known as the Accession Council, made up of members of the Privy Council. He will thereafter attend a second meeting by the Accession Council, where he will be publicly proclaimed as the new king by Garter King of Arms, an official of the St. James' Palace. King Charles III has now become the head of the Commonwealth, which is an association of 56 independent countries, 14 of which he is the head of state. His mother, Queen Elizabeth II, is the longest-serving monarch in the United Kingdom after reigning for 70 years. The Queen came to the throne in 1952 following the death of her father, King George VI. Queen Elizabeth passed on Thursday at Balmoral in Scotland, surrounded by family. She was born Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor in Mayfair, London on 21st April 1926. Her tenure as head of state spanned from post-war austerity to the transition from empire to Commonwealth to the end of the Cold War and the famous United Kingdom's entry into and its withdrawal from the European Union. Following her death, Operation London Bridge Has Fallen was immediately activated. This is a term used to communicate with members of the parliament, particularly the Prime Minister, the passing of a monarch until a formal announcement has been made. The Prime Minister, in this case, Liz Truss, was the first official from the government to speak. Thereafter, Parliament was suspended for 10 days and government representatives instructed to lower the flags to half-mast and exercise discretion.
Britain is the great country it is today because of her. She ascended the throne just after the Second World War. She championed the development of the Commonwealth from a small group of 7 countries to a family of 56 nations, spanning every continent of the world.
A black banner also appeared on royal websites, symbolizing mourning, and funeral arrangements will be made public. Because the Queen died in Scotland, her coffin will first lie in repose at Holyrood Palace, then a service of reception at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh will be held. It will then be transported back to London by royal train, a process known as Operation Unicorn, and the Prime Minister and senior ministers will welcome the coffin at a special reception at St. Pancras Station before it is taken to Buckingham Palace, then transported to Westminster Hall ahead of the burial.